Om Jai Swaha Mata.
The 5 classes of ingredients we offer. The essence of this is to purify each tattva. We have what we call Bhut Shuddhi. Bhut Shuddhi. The fire, for instance, Arti Upas, is to purify again tattva. The water, Chandan, Prithvi tattva. The Prasad, Jal tattva, taste. All these 5 classes of offerings we make are to purify the Pancha tattva. And when we can purify the Pancha tattva, Prithvi merge in Jal, Jal merge in again. And you're going back up, as we say. Again, into Vayu, Vayu into Akash. Then you're going back to your true Nitya. It's not so much as a God that you are worshipping, as a case of undergoing individual purification and lifting. You see, we are like an onion, I keep saying. Onion has many layers. To get to the inner core, you have to go beyond the outer layers. You have to get rid of the outer layers. So when we do puja, this is an attempt of purifying the outer layers to go deeper inside. And what is inside? You may say Atma. And what is Atma? Aham Brahmasmi. Atma is one with Paramatma. This is the journey. Not finding God outside. It's finding God inside. Now this could be quite a handful or mouthful or airful for people to assimilate. And especially when, for generations, you always believe you're worshiping God and God will bless you and whatever else. I'm not saying change that, but focus upon what I'm telling you. And when people do puja, they feel good. I like to make this point of when you do puja, it is for you. You benefit. You lift your consciousness, you get closer to your true nature, which is divinity. Yeah. And this devotee is the essence of puja. Puja has 3 different levels. Bahya Bhakti, Ananya Bhakti, Ekanta Bhakti. Bahya Bhakti is the outside. You see? Like, now the outside, what color flag to put for Lord Krishna? Kalima, she used black. But why put black for Shanidev? The bay leaf on the Shiv Lingam. How to put the bay leaf? Put it upside down so, turn it over so. I keep mentioning, a lady asked me that one time. I trying to get you to push, she said, Baba, how to put the bay leaf? Put it so, put it so. I said, make it stand up on the point. Make it stand up. That's what you're supposed to do. Well, I don't know if she's still trying, I try to get people to understand that it's the bhav that is important, but that is the bahya bhakti. What color clothes to wear? That's not my business. And I mentioned song bar, a lady asked me, Baba, what color clothes I could wear? They said, I can't wear blue. I said, what are you asking me for? Is that your husband? I said, what? I could tell you this, you know what? Wear anything you want, just make sure you wear clothes. Yeah? What I care about what color you wear. But for many, and for many pundits, that is the focus. You know why? Because they have nothing more to say. Nothing more. Very superficial. That is sheer stupidity. It takes you nowhere beyond. So you're caught up in that. Like the fellow, as I said this morning, offer ganja to Bhagwan Shankar. She wants to take a dam and get bum. Like he own thinking. Now devotees, that is the level most of us are caught up at. Now I am not saying for one moment not to do the puja. I am saying you have to do the puja. But I am saying as you do the puja, understand why you're doing it now. Ekant bhakti, one end. I'm trying to tap into my own divinity. Aham Brahm Asmi. Nothing more than that. You can't have anything more than that. Okay? Everything is inside. Yatha pindi, tatha brahmahandi. So devotees, all these points are good to understand. Very, very good to understand. And when I perform these things with the right focus, right attention, I purify the senses. The senses now do stray. They are withdrawn, Or if they have to go out at all, it's in positive things. Things that will help you to lift your consciousness, not destroy you. So just remember this, the sense is very important. But the mind controls the senses, and the intellect controls the mind. If the intellect is purified, the mind is controlled, senses are withdrawn. Then, and only then, you can live spiritually. Otherwise, you do your puja, people eat and so on, you're nice, you feel good, you said your house get blessing, spirit gone, you get some crumbs from the bird. You don't get more than that. And the devotees, you see me, I greedy. I don't want the crumbs, I want the whole bird. the whole bird, and put some nice something inside it too. Yeah. Makan. Yeah. So understand the point I'm making, devotees? If people could take puja in this perspective, believe me, you want to do puja every day. Because you want to go beyond the outer shell, beyond the outer layers. And you don't have to do Shodas puja. Sometimes we tell people, like for Diwali and so on, you do your own simple puja. You put your murti. You pray, okay, Lord, I want to worship you. Ma, I want to worship you. You offer your water. You offer your chandan. Offer your perfume. Offer your incense. Offer flowers. Do arati. Offer prasad. That is puja. Complete. Simple. 5 classes. The purpose of that is to purify the 5 senses. And every day you should be doing something like this. And if you can't offer prasad, what Bhagavan said, patram pushpam phalam tuyam, a flower, a fruit, a drop of water, because he's not hungry. He's not hungry. It's part of a tradition to purify the sense of scent, Prithvi Tattva. So therefore, you offer that. Sugar you can offer. Fruits you can offer. Anything you can offer. Prem bhav. So this puja you can do every day. It doesn't take much time out of you. And devotees, once in a while, kamya karma, you have your yag like this. You must do this. Tatha, Jhandi, Durga Puja, Lakshmi Puja. You must do those things. If it's once, twice a year, whenever you have the desire to so do. It's a more elaborate form of puja, but the same essence. Same essence. So devotees, the senses. These things are so important. So important. To understand all the senses and so on, devotees. Because Krishna Katha, Krishna Bhagwan, he came upon earth to protect the cows. And what is the Hindi word for cow? Go or gau. And what is the Hindi word for the senses? Go. Go. When I say Goswami, it means he master of his senses. So in a sense, when Bhagwan manifests himself, it is to help us to protect our senses. Don't let the senses stray. Withdraw them. Go back inside and go to higher levels of consciousness. So devotees, here now, he is exposing his friends to an environment where the senses are impacted upon. So this katha has different dimensions also. And every time I read it, I try to present a different dimension. Unfortunately, many of you may not have heard me the other dimensions. We have to take this one coming here. This is not the only one. I am trying to put you here. Bhagavan exposed his friends to a certain dimension where the senses are impacted upon, and what could happen when that happens. What could happen when that happens? What happens to the individual? Where do they find themselves? And what is the redemption, the means of redemption? So I wouldn't explain it again, but in your own way, analyze as you go along. For those of you who have been exposed to other interpretations I have been giving to you. Devotees, they all sat down there. Bhagavan said, let's relax. Wonderful environment, peaceful environment. Let's give let the cows drink some water and let them go. They will graze out of green grass on all sides. And so devotees, they all agreed because everybody was hungry. And so they let the cows to the water, the cows drank water and they let the cows go. Grazing green grass. And devotees, they all sat down and they prepared themselves to eat. To eat. So all of them sat. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, well, all the friends sat around Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavan sat in the center. Now never ever forget that Bhagavan is the fulcrum. He is the central point. He is the focal point of every single thing. And what should happen? He should be that also in our lives. Also in our lives. If you go to Ramayana, when Sutikshan Muni carried Sri Ram to Agastya Baba, all the sages came and sat around. Sri Ram sat in the center. Sri Ram sat in the center. If a person sits in the center, it means that somebody is behind his head. But you know what? Nobody saw the back of Sri Ram's head. Everybody was seeing his face. They sat in a circle around the Lord. Now these things are so technical, devotees. Analyze it and see. The thing is, no matter where you are, to take it superficially, if you have the right bhav, Bhagavan is facing you. Bhagavan is looking at you. His back is never turned away from you. Never ever. If you perceive so, it means you have turned away from him. You have turned away from him, not he. So devotee Bhagavan sitting in the center, the central, the focal point of everything. All the friends sitting there together, Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Devotees, boys will be boys, ब्रजवासियों के बालक श्री कृष्णचंद्र के चारों ओर अनेक पंक्तियों की मंडली बनाकर एक साथ बैठे, ऑल एम साथ अराउंड, एक साथ। ऐसे श्री कृष्णचंद्र तो कली के समान थे और ग्वाल बाल पखूरी के समान इस प्रकार यमुना की रेती में शोभायमान जान पड़ते थे। किसी बालक ने फूलों की पत्तल बनाई, किसी ने पखुरियों की पत्तल बनाई, किसी ने पत्तों की पत्तल बनाई, किसी ने अंकुरों की पत्तल बनाई, और किसी ने फलों की पत्तल बनाई, और किसी ने वृक्षों की छाल छील कर पट्टल बनाई और उन पर भांति भांति भोजन परोसे। किसी किसी ने छींक में ही भोजन करने का विचार किया, कोई शिला पर ही अपना भोजन परोस कर खाने को बैठ गया। सब बालक अपने अपने भोजन पृथक पृथक प्रकार के आप खाते और अन्यों को स्वाद दिखाते और चखाते, परस्पर हंसते हंसते छत्ते उड़ाते श्री कृष्ण के साथ भोजन कर रहे थे। फेत में बांसुरी धारण कर रहे थे, श्रृंगी वेद की छरियों को कांख में दाब रहे थे, दही भात से लिपटा हुआ ग्रास वाय हाथ में ले रहे थे, और वेद बामले नींबू आम जमुना आदि फल अंगुलियों में धर लिए थे। यज्ञ भोक्ता भगवान चारों ओर अपनी मित्र मंडली में बैठे उन्हें उनसे हंसी की बातें कह कह कर उनको हंसाते जाते थे और धीरे धीरे भोजन खाते जाते थे। इस बाल चरित्र को स्वर्ग में देवता देख कर आश्चर्यमय हो मन ही मन कहते थे कि देखो यज्ञ भोक्ता भगवान किस प्रकार आनंदित हो होकर ब्रजवासियों के बालकों की जूठन छीन छीन कर खा रहे हैं। पूर्व जन्म में इन्होंने पूर्ण पुण्य किए हैं। श्री सुखदेव जी बोले कि हे भरतवंश उत्पन्न राजा परीक्षित, इस प्रकार श्री कृष्ण में मन लगाए ग्वाल बाल भोजन कर रहे थे और बछड़े हरी हरी घास के लोभ से बहुत दूर वन के भीतर चले गए। जब बछड़े दूर चले गए तब सब बालक अपने मन में घबराए। उस समय उनकी घबराहट दूर करने के लिए भगवान भयहारी उनसे बोले कि हे मित्रों तुम भोजन करते रहो, उठो मत, क्योंकि ऐसी सुंदर मंडली फिर न बंधेंगी। मैं अभी बछड़ों को लिए आता हूँ। इस प्रकार सबके धैर्य बधाकर दही भार का ग्रास हाथ में लिए श्री कृष्णचंद्र पर्वत की गुफाओं में, वन में, कुंजों में, गहवर स्थानों में अपने बछड़ों को ढूंढते ढूंढते दूर चले गए। हे कुरुकुल भूषण, उसी अवसर में कमल उद्भव ब्रह्मा जी, जो कि प्रथम माया से बालक रूप श्री कृष्ण का किया अघासुर का मोक्ष होना देकर अचन विस्मय को प्राप्त हो आकाश में खड़े खड़े देख रहे थे। अब वे फिर श्री कृष्ण की यह दूसरी माया देखने के लिए यहाँ से तो बालकों को और वन में से बछड़ों को देख कर चुरा कर दूसरे स्थान में ले जाकर अंतर ध्यान हो गई। जब वन में से बछड़ों को न देखा तब लौटकर फिर यमुना तीर के निकट आए तो यहाँ बालकों को भी न पाया। उस समय बालकों को और बछड़ों को वन में चारों ओर ढूंढते फिरे। जब वन में कहीं बछड़ों और बालकों को न पाया तब विश्व भावन भगवान, सब विश्व की गति के जानने वाले श्री कृष्णचंद्र ने अपने मन में जान लिया कि यह सब ब्रह्मा का कौतुक है। Devotees, they all sat, and you have to think how boys will behave. Young boys, very playful. They all had their lunches with them. Their mothers would give them different things to eat. So they would make plates from different I shouldn't say ingredients, but whatever materials available all around. Whether from the trees, whether from the bark of the trees, the leaves of the trees, some use the petals of flowers. In different ways, they prepare each to his own ichha. Own ichha. Now, I'm saying all this thing because not because I like to talk. Read into what I'm saying. Bhagwan is there. He didn't direct them to use plantain leaf, or use suhari leaf, or use whatever. Ichha. Everybody's own ichha. However, freedom of choice. Enjoy it. You decide. Each person is different. There are certain general rules. What is general rule? Let's have lunch. How you have your lunch is your choice. Yeah? Simple, trivial point, but it tells a lot about those of us who try to control others to make them do what we want them to do. Anyway, Bhagwan devotees, he is very open. Very open. And all the friends, in whatever way it was their desire, they took out their food and they began to, Kanhaiya himself, sitting in the middle, he took out his food, and his food would be mostly made up of makhan. He's makhan churna. So all the boys, now devotees, would begin to eat, change their food, and you know what? Everybody wanted to know what everybody else mother put for them. And not only that, give me a taste now. Give me a taste now. So you know all the boys tasting each other's food, and importantly, Kanhaiya tasting their food too. And they tasting Kanhaiya's food too. In other words, devotees, that jutha, as I explained last night, I think it was, jutha, right, prasad. The devatas in the heavens, as we say, look down and say, oh, how blessed those Gopan Gwala, those boys, Bhagwan eating their jutha. Why, devotees? You see, there's a relationship. What is the relationship between those boys and Krishna? Sakhya bhav, friendship, friendship. And as has been explained, there are different bhavas we can have with God. God can be a friend, He can be a beloved, He can be father, mother, He can be a child. We have been explaining this through the whole year so far. And we have to establish the relationship. So here, we have a friend relationship. And many of you know, friends, you go together, you buy a Pepsi, everybody drinks from the same bottle. Close friends now. But if you don't have if there's no close friendship, you ain't taking jutha. But this bhav, this love that existed, Bhagwan Krishna tasted their food, they tasted his food. Devotees, and laughing, they must make joke. You know, long time they say, when eating, don't talk. But devotees, only chatter you hear on all sides. And they see girls could talk, well, the boys were worse. Chatter, 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 and laughing. And dhire, dhire. They're talking, laughing more than they're eating. They're enjoying themselves in the company of the Lord and led by the Lord Himself. Children will be children. Let them enjoy the childhood. So devotees, so they were eating and so on, and time passing by. But Kanhaiya is never unaware. Never. These cows that they let loose to graze, you know how cows will graze. If you let a cow go from here, San Fernando, the cow will graze, and reach Aranguez. And green grass still in San Fernando, you know. This is how the cows go. And this is how the senses behave. The senses go here, then they go jump there, then jump there. This is why years ago, you know, when we took care of cows, either you have a cow herd, guiding them together, or you put a crowbar, you put a rope on the cow neck and tie him. You could only graze in a certain circumference. That shows the discipline of the senses, harnessing of the senses. Devotees, very few of us could ever do those kind of things. So the mind always strays when we sit in devotions. Even now, it may happen to many. And then, you know, I keep saying, we pray. We didn't really pray. We pray sometime. Sometime. But this is how the senses behave. They stray away. They become lost. Bhagwan stood up. He said, oh friends, the cows have gone. All the friends became agitated. They jumped up. Bhagwan said, no. Nahi, Baijai. Sit down everybody. You don't go. Don't go. I will go. This wonderful occasion would not come back. Samay na awad barambar. These wonderful moments will never, ever, ever come back. Vinush, you may have another Bhagavad. This moment will never come back. Never. Never. And therefore Bhagavan says, enjoy it. Don't let it be wasted. And this is a lesson for us, devotees. Lessons for us. You know, there's a song by the late Mukesh Chandra Mathur. You know, break the little Monterey talk, little bit devotees. Very philosophical, you know. Very philosophical. People say it's a love song. You know what he says? एक पल है हंसना, एक पल है रोना, कैसा है जीवन का खेला। एक पल है हंसना, एक पल है रोना, कैसा है जीवन का खेला। एक पल है मिलना, एक पल बिछड़ना, दुनिया है दो दिल का मेला। ये घड़ी न जाएगी, ये घड़ी न जाएगी, तुझे मेरे ही बुलाते हैं। किया जा मेरे में। एक पल है हंसना, one moment you laugh, एक पल है रोना, next moment you start crying, too scared we say. One moment we are here together, you hear everything good, next moment, bap, you know what, that's it, gone, pass. No longer here in this world. The question is, एक पल है हंसना, एक पल है रोना, कैसा जीवन का खेला? What kind of game life is? एक पल है मिलना, एक पल बिछड़ना, दुनिया है 2 दिन का मेला. It's like a marketplace in which we are here only for a day or 2. How do I live then? ये घड़ी न जाए बीत. Don't let this moment be wasted. If you allow this moment to be wasted, you are going to regret it to the fullest. Understand that, devotees? It never comes back. And these teachings, even though the poets put them, look from Bhagavan Krishna himself. No friends, don't get up. Samay na avar barambar. Such opportunities, circumstances will not always come back. Stay and enjoy it. Make the best use of it. I will take care of everything. I will take care of everything. Meaning what? Do what you have to do. You are blessed with this moment. Enjoy it. Leave everything in the hands of the Lord. God knows best. It comes back to that. He knows best. Okay? So devotees, little lessons we get from these small incidents that eternal, that help us. They are cosmological laws that exist once we live in the world of duality. So they all sat down there. Bhagavan picked up a last handful of makhan to lick while going. He has his barsuri in his waistband, and now he took his stick, and now he went looking now for the cows. He searched and he searched and he searched and he searched and he couldn't find any cows. Where the cow disappeared all of a sudden. Brahmaji, it is said, he observed what Krishna Bhagavan did by destroying a ghasu. So he wanted to know, who is this person? Who is he? Mayana devotees, many see, they believe they see, but they're very blind. You know, we don't see the reality. Brahma, overpowered by the Lord's Maya, couldn't identify the Lord himself. So he said, you know what? Let me test him and see who he is and what he is. What kind of power he had. Bhagavan searched everywhere, and when he came back to where his friends were, he couldn't see a single person. What Brahma did? Brahma took away all the cows. He took away all the friends of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. With all the stick and the knapsack and everything, cap, everything. All animate and inanimate objects, Brahma took away all, put them into a cave. They were not dead. They were not awake. They were in a state of what I would like to term to be suspended animation. Suspended animation. And this Katha, devotees, has well deeper connotations which we can't touch upon. A lot of science in this, to do with consciousness and so on. But for the purpose of the Katha, they were in that cave, hidden away from the eyes of Bhagavan Krishna. When Bhagavan Krishna came, he couldn't see friends. He saw no one. He saw nothing. Cow disappeared. Friends disappeared. All objects disappeared. What is this? Sri Sukdev Ji saying, O Raja Parikshit, what is hidden from Bhagavan? Bhagavan acting all the time what they called Tatas Lakshan. I explained this before. When Bhagavan appears, 2 ways he functions. Tatas Lakshan and Swarup Lakshan. There are times when he functions as an ordinary human being, while in that form. And there are times when in that form he functions as the divine, Swarup Lakshan, divinity embodied. So all the time he was functioning, Tatas Lakshan, the understanding. An ordinary person will search, I haven't seen the cows, so that's ordinary being. But now, Swarup Lakshan, that divinity, knew Bhagavan, Brahma took away all the cows. But he wanted to teach Brahma a lesson. That Brahma was also carried away by this Maya. Abhiman, because of position of power. Position of power, wealth and so on, you get deluded. So I must teach him a lesson. So Bhagavan allowed all this. But now what he did, devotees, and in simple, brief way I'll tell you, see, Bhagavan Krishna appeared instantly in the form of all the children, all the cows, all the animate and inanimate objects to shorten the whole thing. So that for all intents and purposes, nobody was missing and nothing was missing. Down to the minutest details, Bhagwan appeared as each child. So if that child had a mole right cheek, the mole didn't migrate to the left cheek when Bhagwan appeared as the child. Because you know why? The mother would know. The mother would know every detail of the child. And mothers would know. Mothers bathing your children, feeding your children, dressing them. You know, mother would know everything about the child. Yeah? So you can't hide from ma. Pa, perhaps you could hide from papa, but you never know the child have a mole behind the ears. But the truth is, ma always knows. Yeah. So, Bhagwan didn't take any chance. Any chances at all. Same color, mannerisms. You know, we all have various mannerisms, certain idiosyncrasies. Bhagwan maintained, he appeared to, he can maintain everything down to the finest detail in perfection. And the cows too, same color, same way of mooing, cows moo, right? Devotees, everything perfect. And when evening was descending, all the children, all the cows, everybody going back home as usual. All this time, the real children in a state of suspended animation in a cave. Brahma watching to see what is going to happen. Devotees, now there was a difference today. When the children and the cows, etc., approached to the village, the behavior of the adults was very different. Previous days, just the day before, when the cows would come, they would see the dust, Gaudhuli, the dust of the cows coming home. They would feel good, yes, the children are coming home. And they come, all right, all of one bathe, refresh yourselves, change your clothes, come and then have dinner. Today, devotees, not that, no? All the mothers run out by the road, rushing towards the children, like something pulling them like magnet towards their children. A different kind of love. Mothers who in that condition, milk flowed from their breasts, milk of love, just like that. Not only the mothers, the human beings, the cows pulling at their ropes and so on, the milk flowing from the others, so to speak, the others. Devotees, all a totally different state, waiting for the young ones to come. They can't wait. There was no patience to wait. And that day, devotees, each mother welcomed each child, not knowing that each child was Krishna himself. They hugged up that child, devotees, brought the child home, and devotees with their own hands today, they bathed in that child. And you know, long time when mama had to bathe you, it's afraid to worry. Because mama come with a scrubbing brush or a stone and scrubbing behind your ears and behind, dum, why do we do yourself good? You know, I don't know if I'll ever get that. But many of us, when we had to bathe a long time, mama used to check to see if you bathe. So she used to check by your hair. So most times we stand up outside the water and with the head here and top here only. And what mama, we don't bathe. When mama feel, all right, okay, your hair better bathe. All the time behind your ears, you want to clean you. You know, but when once a month or once a week she decided to bathe you, the amount of blows you get while bathing, eh? And especially like us, she had to bathe 5 of us, 5 boys, and none could bathe properly. So the amount of dhamka, I think when she finished, she hand hooked into. Poor lady gets sick. Devotees, but today is love. The mothers bathe their sons. They rub them down with oil. And my mother's rub us down with oil long time to on. So imagine you finish bathing and you have weak kind of color and they shine you with oil. But you shine in the dark. Eh? And nothing sticky and you have to put on that kind of, but you can't see nothing, you know. You get more dhamka. So devotees, but this is a different kind of oil. To massage the children. Whole day they were out. Massage them, dress them nicely, with their own hands fed them. Devotees, they didn't realize they were doing puja, worshiping Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the form of their own children. Yeah. The mother cows, before, if you mind cow, you know sometimes when the cow goes, when the bachara go to drink, the bachara have to boot the mother for to get, send on the milk nama, boot again, and you will get a few kick. Today, devotee, before the bachara reach cow flowing, and while the cow drinking milk, mother to know, and they have no hand to hug up, but they have tongue to lick. So they licking the bachara. Devotees, in other words, that whole village was filled with so much love. Love, pure love. Bhagwan displaying that love for those Gop and Gwal. And here, the mothers, the fathers, they all enjoying, even the cows, enjoying such a love. That was unprecedented. Unprecedented.
Om Jai Swaha Mata Maya Jai Swaha Mata तुम अग्नि की शक्ति तुम अग्नि की शक्ति तुम सच्ची माता ओम जय स्वाहा